Imagine standing on the edge of a field steeped in history, with the spotlight trained on a discredited quarterback, a legendary coach thirsting for redemption, and an entire team trying to rediscover its competitive edge. Now, add to that the suspense of an injury no one expected, the tension of a potential reunion with a team legend, and the urgency of a squad trying to prove that 2025 is the year to turn things around. That's right, Bolt Nation. The Chargers are about to turn a dramatic page in their history, and the coming days will decide much more than a preseason score. Trey Lance, a talent once touted as a savior and then dismissed as a failed prospect, will have the most important game of his career in the middle of August. On the other side, Ladd McConkey, the new fan favorite, is facing a red flag with an unexpected injury. And as if that weren't enough, the ghost of Keenan Allen, yes, he's still without a team, hovers over the locker room with disturbing rumors about a possible destination. That isn't Los Angeles. It's not just news. It's a story worthy of a movie, with twists and turns, risky decisions, and an entire squad fighting against time, criticism, and their own past. And if you think all this is exaggeration, just wait until you find out what Harbaugh is cooking up behind the scenes. If you love this team, you need to watch until the end, because what's at stake here is more than a game. It's the Chargers' future, and it starts now. When the oval ball goes up in the traditional Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio, the eyes of the world will be on one name: Trey Lance. Yes, him. The former third overall pick in the 2021 draft, once seen as the future of the NFL, will have his big chance to prove he can still be the quarterback everyone imagined. And who's giving him that opportunity? None other than Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers' new head coach and known as a true QB whisperer. Harbaugh confirmed that Lance will start the game and play until the third quarter. That's right, 3 full quarters to prove he deserves a place in this league. And that's no small feat, considering he spent the last 2 years practically in limbo, as a backup with the Cowboys and barely touching the field. He played only 4 games, one as a starter, with lackluster numbers: 25 completions in 41 attempts, 266 yards, and 1 interception. But the past is the past. The present is blue and gold, and the future is literally in Lance's hands. At 25, he signed a 1-year contract with the Chargers, a modest but meaningful one. Harbaugh seems like the right man to reignite the flame. The coach has a history of transforming careers, as he did with Alex Smith with the 49ers and several college quarterbacks at Michigan. And here's the twist: Harbaugh is shaping the offense around Lance, unlike Kyle Shanahan's in San Francisco, with an extremely rigid system focused on quick passes and high risk. Now, training camp videos show a confident Lance attacking the wings, using his strong arm, and most importantly, improvising a style that better suits his raw talent. Can this new Trey Lance surprise everyone and change the course of the franchise? The clock starts ticking this Thursday, but the plot doesn't stop there. While the anticipation surrounding Trey Lance warms the hearts of fans and stirs the Los Angeles Chargers backroom, a silent and worrying cloud begins to linger, and it goes by the name of Ladd McConkey, the wide receiver who won over the fans in his rookie season, exploding like a true phenomenon, is now out of practice due to a minor injury, as Coach Jim Harbaugh revealed in a press conference. But is it really that minor? Yes, you read that right. Injury. Minor or not, that word never sits well when associated with one of the most important players on the roster. Harbaugh tried to reassure the press, describing the situation succinctly and avoiding further details. But the alarm bells are already ringing. McConkey is no ordinary player. He has become Justin Herbert's top target in 2024, earning the trust of the quarterback and coaches with his tactical acumen, separation ability, and reliable hands. He's a key piece in the offensive puzzle being assembled for 2025. The decision to sit him out of the Hall of Fame game, along with other veterans like Herbert and Quentin Johnston, makes sense. After all, it's a preseason game, and the risk of aggravating any muscle soreness or simple sprain isn't worth it. But what's really concerning is the timing of the injury. We're just a few weeks away from the official regular season debut, and every missed practice could mean a lack of chemistry, a drop in rhythm, or even a risk of relapse. In this scenario, all eyes now turn to rookies Trey Harris and Keandre Lambert-Smith, who have been showing improvement in training camp. They're promising, talented, and energetic, but they don't yet possess the experience or chemistry built between McConkey and Herbert. Replacing him, even temporarily, is a delicate task. The coaching staff's plan is clear. Give McConkey the necessary time to recover and be fully fit by September. But the question lingering in the air is inevitable. Is this injury really as minor as it seems? Or are we dealing with a precautionary measure masking something more serious? For now, the franchise's silence fuels more questions than answers. The fans, of course, hope this is nothing more than a scare. A healthy McConkey represents hope, depth on offense, and the promise of a lethal connection with Herbert. Meanwhile, the The Chargers need to test their contingency plans, and quickly. And as if that weren't enough, there's another key piece that could completely change this offense, and he's still on the market. If there's one name that still evokes chills, nostalgia, and even a hint of frustration in the hearts of Chargers fans, it's Keenan Allen. One of the greatest wide receivers in recent franchise history, Allen remains unsigned in free agency as the team continues its offensive overhaul for the 2025 season. And while management is betting heavily on new talent from the draft, Allen's absence still represents an emotional and technical void that will be difficult to fill. The Keenan Allen saga has had intense chapters since the beginning of the offseason. Shortly after the end of the 2024 season, the player himself made it clear in interviews that he would be very open to a return to Los Angeles, affirming his affection for the team, the fans, and the history he's built over more than a decade. This statement rekindled fans' hopes and increased anticipation for a re-signing. With cap space and a clear need to strengthen the wide receiver corps, everything indicated it would be just a matter of time before the reunion happened. But time passed, and nothing happened. On the contrary, the Chargers took a completely unexpected route by signing Mike Williams, another former player of the franchise, as a short-term solution. But the surprise came like a bolt from the blue. Williams announced his retirement on the first day of training camp, catching everyone, including the front office, by surprise. Even with this new hole in the roster, no concrete moves were made to bring Allen back, and the franchise's silence is starting to get uncomfortable. As if that weren't enough, a new and unexpected chapter in this story recently emerged. Matt Barrows, a respected journalist for The Athletic, reported that the San Francisco 49ers may be interested in Allen due to a series of injuries affecting the team's receiving corps. The news came as a bombshell. Was it really possible to see Keenan Allen wearing red and gold, defending a rival team from California? For many Chargers fans, this would almost feel like a betrayal. But for Allen, at 32, what matters most is the real chance to compete and be valued. On the blue and gold side of Los Angeles, hope still lingers. Rookies Trey Harris and Keandre Lambert-Smith have excelled in training camp, showcasing technique, explosiveness, and a willingness to learn. They're promising names, yes, but they're newcomers. And in this rebuilding period, the veteran, reliable, and experienced presence of Keenan Allen could be just what Justin Herbert needs to regain his leading role. He's a big name, well-known, well-rounded, who knows his way around every route, who knows the playbook inside out, and who has already decided games with catches of pure talent. The big question lingering is the window for this reunion closing? Or is General Manager Joe Ortiz simply waiting for the right moment to act? Perhaps with a strategic contract in the final days of the preseason, when the impact on the salary cap would be more manageable? Time is ticking, and Chargers fans remain glued to the news, waiting for a call that hasn't yet come. But if there's one thing we've learned in the NFL, it's that everything can change overnight. And if Keenan Allen still has one last dance to do with the lightning bolt on his chest, now is the time.